As you can see, I'm just running through, make sure that they're all enter their respective eyelets within the valve. They are all back in place, snapped in, back snug. Now, I know it is a little bit of a challenge, but if I can do it, anybody can do it. So, let's finish off putting the screws in here. I go through and tighten the other end together, making sure I do the ones at the end first. Again, I must say, resist the temptation to use a power tool to do this, because you yourself can actually feel the screw actually needing no more turn. So now that we have that all put back together, we are going to put the control panel back onto the valve, since it is missing. We want to make sure that first we slide this cable through, which is going to be what powers up the motor. Also, we want to make sure that we get our optical sensor back in here. And that we get our power source line in through the transformer that does power the control head. So we get that through here. We go ahead and plug this into the control panel. The control panel slides on there relatively easy. You just sneak this stuff in through there and it snaps right back into place. The next challenge you will meet will be placing of the optical sensor, which snaps into place like that. Now you can take this optical sensor in and out, and you can hear it snap into place. Make sure that this is in there and not just wiggling freely. So next thing we want to do is make sure that our wires are back aligned into their respective places that they snap into, like right there and right there. Get that under there, and then they snap into back here as well, which right here is the one that's going to power the motor. Next, we want to make sure that we get, this is very important when putting the cam back together, we want to make sure the cam has an arrow on it, as you can see right there, and so does the mold of the valve. Easiest way to put the camshaft back on is to make sure you got arrow lined up with arrow. What I do to make this a little bit easier on me is I snap the back of the valve on, put the back of the camshaft in first, then I come here and making sure I have my arrow, I push down and push forward, making sure that this groove catches into the optical sensor. Again, make sure that your arrows line up, your optical sensor is in place. Make sure that your arrows are lined up, arrow with arrow. I push down, move the flapper over, a little bit of force, push forward, snaps into place. We have the camshaft in place. Next, what we're going to do is put the motor back in, and it goes, snaps in through here, and you can just simply put a snap in and turn the motor so it catches right in there. Once you have that into place, take your plug your motor back in, plug it in, and then this is very important. Here's that very first thing that started all this, and it's this little white plug that will fit right into here. So you need to turn your motor so that you can get the eyelet matched up so that it goes right through there and it holds your motor into place. So you want to take your plug, you got to be careful because this will freely float around, and you want to line it up, push it through. And ladies and gentlemen, we have taken apart the 740 filter valve, which can also be used on a softener with some alterations, and here we are back into place, all complete. Now these valves are relatively simple, they just require a little bit of patience. I appreciate your time and hope this helps. Thank you.